With so many superhero movies around, such as Spider-Man or Hulk, we are used to seeing people with special abilities in fiction. But did you know that there are people that also have these type of abilities in real life also? Well, it's true, and you're about to witness them. With this being said, prepare for 5 real-life human superpowers. Let's begin. Number 5. Raha Gigi. On August 30th, 2007, the eve of Malaysia's 50th Independence Day, Raha Gigi broke his own world record for pulling a train with his own teeth, this time with 6 couches attached weighing 297 tons, over a distance of 2.8 meters at the old Kuala Lumpur railway station. Raha Gigi, from Tampines, Malaysia, learned a technique of concentrating his powers to any part of his body from an Indian guru at a young age of 14, and since then, he's been using it pretty damn well. Number 4. Claudio Pinto. Claudio Pinto can pop both of his eyes 4 centimeters, which is about 1.5 inch out of their sockets. He was aiming, or should I say popping, for a world record. Mr. Pinto has undergone various tests, and doctors say that they've never seen or heard of a person who can pop the eyes out as much as him. Mr. Pinto from Belo Horizonte said, "It is a pretty easy way to make money. I can pop my eyes out 4 centimeters each. It is a gift from God. I feel blushed." I mean, seriously, who wouldn't like to make money by popping their eyes out? I would. Number 3. Kevin Richardson. Animal behaviorist Kevin Richardson says he relies on instinct to win the hearts and form an intimate bond with the big cats. He can spend the whole night curled up with them without the slightest fear of being attacked. His magic works not only for lions, but for other animals such as cheetahs, leopards, and even hyenas do not hold a threat against him. Lions are his favorites though, and it's a wonder how he can play, care, cuddle with them at any point of time of the day. Number 1. Jake Schellenschlager. This freckle-faced wonder kid moves through a gym packed with powerlifters, gliding past the grunting, straining, muscle-bound adults. Jake began his journey on becoming one of the world's strongest kids when he was only 12 years old. At 14, he entered a weightlifting competition in Pennsylvania and killed the competition with zero hesitation. He since then has won first place on many more competitions and is now considered the strongest kid in the world. Number 2. Ben Underwood. Ben Underwood is blind and got his eyes removed by cancer when he was only 3 years old. Yet he plays basketball, rides on a bicycle, and lives a quite normal life. He taught himself to use echolocation to navigate around the world. With no guide dogs, he doesn't even need hands. He just uses sound. Ben makes a short click that bounces back from objects, and amazingly, his ears pick up the echoes to let him know where the object is.
まずいかもな。でも追い詰められれば追い詰められるほどご飯はそれを乗り越えていくはず。
いいぞラベンダー、とどめを刺せ。言われなくてもぶっ殺す。
まだだ。僕の力はまだこんなもんじゃない。
なんだ俺は。
よくねえな。いくら自然とはいえ嘘をつくのは許さねえぜ。エコーロケーション。反響マップ。
超音波を発し、その反響で周囲の状況を知るエコーロケーション。高い集中力が必要な技だ。
バカ、まだ見つからねえ。一体どこまで行きやがった小僧。
When it comes to getting around, pretty much all animals rely on sight to figure out what's around them, where their next meal is and what obstacles might be in their path. Light from luminous sources like the sun bounces off the objects around us, and some of it enters our eyes, allowing us to see. But what happens when there's not enough light to see by? A few animals have evolved a versatile technique that uses sound rather than light to build a picture of their surroundings. The technique is called echolocation, and it's the source of success for animals in the air, on the ground, and underwater. But how does it work? Some of the most famous echolocators are bats. The saying, blind as a bat, is a bit of a misnomer because bats have perfectly good eyesight, but their 20/20 vision doesn't do them much good when it comes to hunting in the dark. Instead, they let out a series of very high-pitched clicks or squeaks that are so high-pitched that they're beyond the range of human hearing, which is known as ultrasound. Now, sound travels as a compression wave through the air, like this. And just like light, when a sound wave hits an object, in this case it's my hand, it bounces back. And it's that bounce back that we know as an echo. And bats and other echolocators are specially tuned to the properties of these echoes to get a good idea of their surroundings. Special muscles in the bat's throat allow them to make ultrasound clicks up to 190 times every second. And their ears are specialised with folds that make them super sensitive of the direction of any sounds around them. The speed that an echo returns to them tells them the distance to the nearest object. If it comes back quickly, the object is closer because the sound hasn't had to travel as far. The intensity of the returning sound also gives an indication of the size of the object. If it's small, some of the sound waves will go past either side and the returning echo will be just a whisper. And if the right ear receives the echo before the left ear, the bat can know that the object is to the right of them and vice versa. Bats can even figure out the direction that an insect is moving from the change in pitch of the returning echo. If it's moving towards them, the sound waves get squashed up and become higher in pitch. If it's moving away, the returning echo will be lower pitched. This is known as the Doppler effect, which we experience when an ambulance sounding its sirens speeds past us. Putting all of this together means a bat can figure out the size, location, proximity, and motion of their prey with pinpoint accuracy, processing the information from the echoes automatically like we process the information from our eyes. But while bats may be the master of the dark skies, the waters belong to the Odontoceti. That's toothed whales like dolphins, sperm whales, and orcas. This group of marine mammals have also harnessed the power of echolocation to navigate and hunt in deep, dark or murky waters. Sound actually travels more than 4 times faster in water than in air, making underwater echolocation a fast-paced and deadly affair. Dolphins let out ultrasonic clicks by pushing air through their nasal passage. These last just 100 microseconds, that's a 10,000th of a second, but can help them locate objects as small as a can of tuna from a distance equivalent to the length of 2 football pitches. The sperm whale also owes its successes, as well as its massive head, to echolocation. The bulk of its head is filled with a special waxy substance called spermaceti. The whale generates sounds at the front of the head, and the sound waves travel back into the head to be reflected off a plate on their skull that's shaped like a satellite dish. This focuses the sound waves into a narrow, powerful beam for more accurate pointing. Some male sperm whales can produce audible clicks that are as loud as 230 decibels, much louder than a jet plane, which help them to hunt depths of more than 1 kilometre, far beyond the reach of sunlight. While these animals have evolved to be masters of their art, the wonders of seeing with sound aren't beyond the reach of humans either. Daniel here is blind, but has taught himself to echolocate, and it's been helping him to get around independently for over 40 years. He clicks his tongue against the roof of his mouth and listens for the echoes coming back. Then, just like the animal echolocators, he's able to form a picture in his mind of the landscape around him.
These trees are very high. The trunk is actually fairly uniform. It's almost like a pole.
And it really is a picture. Studies have shown that when blind people echolocate, they're activating the visual parts of their brain just as if they were seeing with their eyes. But it's not only blind people who can benefit from echolocation. The principle has been turned into some pretty useful technology. Sonar is used by ships to navigate, find fish shoals, and even search for shipwrecks. It works just the same as animal echolocation, as sound waves are sent down into the water to be reflected off any objects there. The time it takes for the echo to come back tells you how far away the fish, submarine, or ocean floor is. And on a smaller scale, ultrasound scans use exactly the same method to create images of fetuses developing in the womb. Echolocation really is amazing, so why not try it yourself? The next time you find yourself in a dark room. Ow, that might take some practice.